everyone, yes it is that time, it is I, and continuing our continuous coverage of the Oshkosh Horror Film Festival 2011, we've got Blood Junkie. Yes, Blood Junkie. Now, it is now presented by Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hertz of Troma Team Cinema. Now, but you know, usually when you lead off like that, you kind of got a 50-50 there of if it's going to be a good bad horror film or if it's going to be a bad horror film. And let me tell you, this one is good. It is great, and I will tell you why. But first, the story. Yes, it is done in the style of 80s horror films. We've got 4 teens and a little kid who's the brother of one of the girls that goes along camping. Okay, they go camping and they run across this factory that happens to be the residence of this crazy guy who kills people, and, well, he drains them of their blood because he's got to get his fix of the blood. You know, it doesn't matter which type as long as it's red and juicy. Blood Junkie, let me tell you, there are a lot of surprises in this film. A lot of things that surprised me. First off, the style they did it in, the 80s horror. Now, when I say that, you go, yeah, okay, 80s. No, they nail the style. From the slow-mo beer commercial kind of ode to those, to the style of the clothing, to most of the signage, to the car they drive. They captured 80s horror so well that you sit there and wonder, is this a long-lost 80s film I may not have heard about? Well, no, folks, it was shot in the modern age, but it's going to be very hard to tell that it was. They do an excellent job of capturing the essence and the style and the overall feel of a 1980s horror film. Now, Nick Summer was on hand for the Q&A session. Check that out. I will be posting that. And he plays Craig Wilson. And let me tell you, each one of these 4 characters, 2 guys and 2 girls, they each embodied some a stereotypical teenager that you would see in the 80s horror film, okay? And they nailed those parts as well. And then you got the creepy kid who came along who doesn't have a lot of speaking parts, but man, this kid creeped me out almost more than the main bad guy. And then there's, of course, the twist ending, which makes you wonder exactly what you saw, because what B-80s horror film wouldn't have some kind of unusual ending that made you question everything you just watched? Folks, Blood Junkie was great. I happen to nail a copy here from Family Video. If also, I believe it is available at Troma.com. It is so worth your time if you're a fan of B-horror movies, especially the 80s. I mean, if you liked this Screaming in High Heels documentary and all the footage in there, you go, hey, I've seen that, the Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, I've seen that. You should see this. This is actually put together better than most of those, but yet still done in the style. So, you know, it's just a great send-up to those. I've seen a lot of these send-up movies, and many of them fail horribly at trying to capture the essence and the feel and just the overall look of an 80s horror film. Blood Junkie nails it, and I think you will enjoy it as well if you're a fan of those films. Yes, as you can guess, it's another 4-stubber. Folks, I am not being biased on this. These movies were just great at the festival. I don't think I've seen a bad one yet. But did I for sure? I guess you have to watch the rest of the reviews to find out. But let me tell you, Blood Junkie is definitely worth your time. Pick it up if you haven't already. And that'll about do it for us here at the Final Cut. Till next time, keep that ticket stub.